North Korea has now officially blown its perfect game.
North Korea is reporting what it calls its first suspected case of COVID-19. A state-run news agency says Kim Jong-un ordered a lockdown for the border city of Kaesong after a defector returned from South Korea last week, apparently infected with coronavirus.
I mean, it's a little redundant for North Korea to order a lockdown. Their national motto is already, "No one can leave. Welcome to North Korea." But still, I'm impressed that North Korea got one coronavirus case and Kim Jong-un immediately ordered a lockdown. Kim was like, "We can't have corona killing North Koreans. That's my job."
Today's numbers do show COVID cases going up. Spain's infection rate remains high, with 47 cases in every 100,000. Italy and Germany's numbers remain lower, but also on the rise.
Australia has reported its highest ever single-day rise in cases.
Hong Kong has reported another record daily spike of 145 new coronavirus cases.
Yes, people, after largely defeating the virus, many countries around the world are now facing the possibility of a second wave. It just goes to show you that coronavirus does not want to go away. Sort of like that weird party guest who won't take your hints. Man, it's so late. Whew. Yeah, and I gotta get up real early tomorrow. So I'll give you $100 to get the out of my house. Also, it's pretty wild how places like Hong Kong have so few cases and they call it a second wave. Because you could fit all their corona cases on a school bus in America, which, by the way, is Betsy DeVos's back-to-school plan. But I don't know what's more depressing. The idea of a second wave, or the fact that America has handled the first wave so badly that it's going to have to deal with the second wave at the same time. You know, sort of like when you didn't finish your vegetables as a kid, so then your parents saved those vegetables for the next meal and forced you to eat both. I told you, Mom, I'm not coming home if you're going to force me to eat 30 years worth of vegetables. It's not humanly possible. An update on the protests that have been shaking Portland.
Just moments ago, the governor of Oregon says federal agents are looking at leaving the city in a, quote, phased withdrawal. Those were the governor's words. However, this was President Trump appearing to dismiss that idea this morning.
We hear all sorts of reports about us leaving. We're not leaving until they've secured their city. If they don't secure their city soon, we have no choice. We're going to have to go in and clean it out.
You want to clean out Portland? Well, that's a good idea. I mean, you guys left a lot of tear gas canisters and flash grenades lying around the place. Look, this Portland thing has been very scary for America as a whole. And I'll tell you now, it's been especially scary for black people. I mean, Portland is the whitest city in America, and they're still sending in federal troops to use overwhelming force. I mean, if that's what they're willing to do there, who knows what they're willing to do to minority groups? It's like seeing a white person kick a golden retriever. Yo, if that dog isn't safe, you damn well know your black ass isn't.
As Breonna and her boyfriend, Kenny Walker, lay asleep in their bed, plainclothes police officers broke down their door using a battering ram on a no-knock drug warrant. Kenny, thinking intruders were violently breaking in, grabbed his licensed gun.
Walker says they didn't say they were the police before he fired off a shot from a gun. The officers responded with a hail of gunfire.
When the door comes off the hinges, it's happening fast, like it was like an explosion.
Walker said he purposely aimed his gun towards the ground. Sergeant John Mattingly was struck in the leg and was one of 3 officers who returned fire. Detective Brett Hankerson was standing outside and fired 10 rounds through a closed and curtained patio door. According to Louisville's police chief, his blind shooting displayed an extreme indifference to the value of human life. The gunshots whizzed through walls, windows. Bullet holes were found everywhere, in the kitchen, bedrooms, in a neighbor's apartment with small children nearby. Multiple neighbors called 911 asking for police, only finding out later it was the police.
You know, almost every time we hear a story involving a police shooting, I'm always shocked at how badly trained and not in control the police seem. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend was lying in bed, heard his door get smashed in, grabbed his legal firearm, and had the presence of mind to try and injure the intruder by aiming down. But the cops, who are supposed to be trained professionals, they burst in like they get paid by the bullets. And for anyone who has the audacity to blame Breonna's boyfriend for shooting at the cops, please answer me this question. If America tells people to get a gun to defend themselves from intruders, but the cops are the intruders breaking down the door without knocking, what are you supposed to do?